Following the previous training session, while Zhao Xiao Tian was checking, someone from outside the Naruto sect unknown to Zhao Xiao Tian came over here. Inside the sect, looking at the broken crystal pool in front of him, Zhao Xiao Tian, oh no, Zhao Hai Tang was also stupidly confused at this moment, using only 2 words to imagine Zhao Xiao Tian's current state of mind. He quietly said, "It's broken, I didn't mean to." This not only made Zhao Xiao Tian look foolish, but everyone else seemed foolish as well. The elder outside the sect who was responsible for recording steps forward to check, then announced, "Mechanical failure, results cancelled, recheck." The disciples below were also shocked. I didn't expect Zhao Junior sister to be so powerful, directly blasting the spirit stones during the check. This must be an illusion. At this point, Zhao Xiao Tian also realized that something was wrong. Fate, am I too flashy? The saying goes, be cautious to avoid mistakes. I should still be modest a bit, he thought, and continued to move to another pillar to be checked. With the experience from the previous time, Zhao Xiao Tian carefully placed his hand on it, then gently closed his eyes to feel the force transmitted into the pillar. The pillar immediately burst into light, radiating dazzling rays of light. Zhao Xiao Tian gently pulled back his hand, this time the crystal still intact. New fans were even more nervous and anxious than Zhao Xiao Tian himself. As everyone was focused on Zhao Xiao Tian, there was an announcement, Zhao Hai Tang, 268 points, passed. This event also caught the attention of Xiao Wen. He was eating a lotus seed candy and glanced over. A disciple with 269 points patted his chest and exclaimed, "Great, it looks like I can still protect the goddess." While another disciple with a spiritual energy value of 15 points looked embarrassed and said, "I just want to be protected by the goddess." Seeing Zhao Xiao Tian stepping down from the stage, a group of disciples who were infatuated with girls immediately rushed around him. Ho Lian saw Zhao Xiao Tian and looked surprised. Is she the disciple that sect master just accepted? Lu Lian pointed and said, "Sister, look at that little junior sister. If she were among the ordinary people, her performance wouldn't be bad, right?" Ho Lian agreed, "That's right, junior sister, she's just among ordinary people. Remember back then our senior sisters during the test had spiritual energy values of 400, 500 points. Now our cultivation still requires hard work and effort. She's a disciple of the sect master, with such talent she will have to work harder in the future." "Is that right, junior sister?" On the other side, Bai Ling Er had already written some signs on which it said, "You are very right, hurry up and practice, only 400, 500 points, don't embarrass yourself." While Lu Lian and Bai Ling Er were arguing, suddenly a disciple appeared on the field shouting loudly, "Everyone look over there, the machine that Zhao Junior sister used earlier had a malfunction. How can a clueless disciple have a score of 810? The organizers spoke up, "Sorry, we accidentally installed the spirit stones testing machine backwards, so your true spiritual energy value is 18. People started discussing, "That disciple is a mess, if the machine had been installed backwards earlier." Then Zhao Junior sister. Afterwards, all eyes focused back on Zhao Xiao Tian. Zhao Xiao Tian also looked confused when the score of 892 was announced again. Everyone except Ling Er couldn't keep calm, they were shocked to the point of dropping their jaws. The transmission elder Kong Xing Qiu chuckled, "Haha, is this the disciple that the sect master just accepted? Very interesting. So this is the surprise?" While the Grand Elder was still puzzled about Zhao Xiao Tian's gender. Fu Ling board is constantly changing. Xiao Wen stared at the ranking board as it kept changing. The crowd started gossiping, "Fu Ling board is shaking, Zhao Junior sister has climbed up the board." Ho Lian, on the verge of tears, panicked, "The spiritual energy value is over 800, they are about to catch up with us, what should we do? Where did Xiao Wen go? Come out here and say something." On the announcement board, Zhao Hai Tang's name appeared. Xiao Wen smiled happily, thinking to himself, "That woman has piqued my interest, I have to find a chance to confess to her," then hurried off to find Zhao Xiao Tian. Ho Lian saw the actions of his fan, unable to say a word, he is truly too much. As for Zhao Xiao Tian, the number of fans increased to 300. Zhu Yuanneng reminded in a low voice, "Junior brother, you are going too far." Zhao Xiao Tian scratched his head in confusion. "Strange, I still have strength," with only 94.99% of his spiritual weapon left. Shortly after, Gu Qing'er arrived at the Taoist school, looking for Zhao Xiao Tian. But she did not realize the seriousness of the situation. Meanwhile, at the resting area of the contestants, seeing Zhu Yuanneng still lurking outside the window, Zhao Xiao Tian asked, "Senior brother, do you have something to do?" Zhu Yuanneng scratched his head and said, "Don't misunderstand, junior brother, I'm here to give you some instructions. The selection of spiritual energy has ended, there will be 3 days of cultivation, followed by an arena battle, during which will be the most unified time of Xiaoyao sect, the most unified time, that's right, you stay in your room for the next 2 days and don't go out," he said before quickly leaving Zhao Xiao Tian standing there confused. Zhao Xiao Tian wondered, what is this situation? Outside, many disciples were exchanging with each other. "Do you have spiritual pills, top-grade pills? Do you have weapons? Do you have wooden materials?" In another scene, it was late at night, a disciple was walking alone on a deserted road. He thought to himself happily, "I have the talisman given by the master, the selection tomorrow will surely be successful," and by then, as his eyes lit up and a big smile appeared on his face, suddenly he was surrounded by others. When he turned around in shock, he realized he was being ambushed. The other disciples started attacking him, both physically and verbally. "The guy refining pills is one of you guys," another shouted. push him down," one man began to transmit. "His charm has an effect on our fire practitioners, don't let him escape." At the same time, a man on the roof also received a signal. "Can the hunting dog hear us? We need instructions." This man was none other than the disciple of the great elder, Lu Su, who covered his mouth with a smile. "These refined pills are really weak," he replied. Loud and clear, "Where are you guys?" The other man saw Lu Su's response and appeared stunned. "Who are you?" Then, a strong spiritual energy hit the man who had transmitted earlier. At this point, Lu Su in the air used the heavenly tracking charm. The crowd was shocked to see Lu Su. "Why is it him?" Lu Su's eyes were now red, he raised a finger and a sly smile appeared. Then, a charm hit straight into the face of the man who had transmitted earlier. Lu Su joyfully exclaimed, "Found you." The man in pain thought to himself, "This must be Zhao's lackey." He then collapsed. Taking advantage of the distraction, the unfortunate guy who had been beaten up managed to sneak out of the sack and run away. The fire disciples chased after him, always shouting, "Stop, don't run." The person running through the field secretly thought, "Why are they chasing me?" At this moment, a group of disciples in uniform from the Herb Valley also rushed out to attack. "Now is the time, we can't fall behind, hurry up." Immediately, the pursuing disciples and the one being pursued had to stop in their tracks, as they saw the attackers fully armed. Soon after, a man holding a 4-barreled fire gun shot without mercy. The people chasing each other turned pale and scared when they saw it. The loud explosions rang out, and the 2 patrolling disciples were also horrified when they saw it. A female disciple sitting on the roof said to her senior brother, "Really, why do we have to do this every year?" The other person smiled and said, No choice, although cooperating with fellow disciples to eliminate enemies is not beneficial to us, we can still rely on our own abilities to win. But this year seems more lively, it seems like there are more people coming again." The female disciple thought to herself resignedly, "I should just pretend not to see it." The next day, Zhao Xiao Tian stepped outside and saw the chaotic scene, with disciples being captured and tied up everywhere. This made Zhao Xiao Tian spit out the tea he had in his mouth. Just one night has passed, and everything has turned out like this. Transitioning to the scene above the arena, the enthusiastic MC introduces, "Dear martial arts friends, good morning everyone, we have arrived at our annual selection competition. I'm sure you all slept well last night. However, the faces in the stands are tired and no one seems enthusiastic, looking at the empty seats and sighing, less people, too many vacancies. The MC goes on to explain the rules. After days of competition, a total of 192 participants have made it to the selection round. There will be a total of 8 matches, with 4 matches taking place simultaneously. Each arena has no restrictions on rules and weapons. The last 2 standing will proceed to the second round. The scene in the stands has now become lively, no longer dull as before. Seeing Zhao Xiaotian poking his head out, Zhu Yuanning shouts, "Junior sister over here," then points to the stone tablet, telling Zhao Xiaotian, "You belong to the second round of matches." Zhao Xiaotian hurriedly asks, "Senior brother, who will be on the arena with me?" Zhu Yuanning answers, It's Zhao too, and they all seem like big shots. Junior sister, don't show mercy. Those people are all fans of those 2 red and green sisters, they are really silly." Zhao Xiaotian agreed, "Okay, I will follow senior brother." Zhu Yuanning happily thought to himself, at the peak of life, how could there be such a well-behaved little junior sister like this? The MC continued to introduce, "I'm sure everyone has seen their own battle information on the announcement board, so next." But before finishing the sentence, the elder next to him waved his sword wildly, making a sweeping motion on the ground. The MC, seeing this, also had to stand still. The elder is too rough. After a few sweeps from the elder, the competition ground was thrown up, filled with dust and smoke. Truly a soul-shocking sight. The MC regained his composure and loudly called out, "So, then please come to your own competition ground." A moment later, the competition ground was divided into 4 equal parts by the elder, saving the trouble of building. On the Bailing Air stands, Zhao Xiaotian reminded by Bailing Air, "Xiaotian, pay attention, these people may become your opponents in the future." Zhao Xiaotian obediently listened. After a while, Zhao Xiaotian followed the instructions of his senior sister at home, paying attention to the arena. The match on the arena was now starting. As soon as it began, a shield slammed down on the table. A big guy holding a shield with a strange image of the head of a demon beast appeared. Then coldly said to the 2 names in front of him, "You guys go up together." At the same time, the 2 disciples who had patrolled with Bailing Air in the previous episode were also extremely surprised. That's it, only seeing the big guy holding an iron hammer, constantly hitting the shield, making it resonate with sharp sounds. Then a giant figure appeared behind him, roaring loudly, "Shield spirit is a spirit body residing in the ancient shield, able to protect the shield holder. If the shield doesn't break, the spirit won't disappear." In this world, there are few tools that can produce spirits called spiritual energy. Does everyone feel familiar with it? In Zhu Yuanning's body, there is a spirit sword, but because of the special nature of the sword body, the spirit sword enhances the potential of martial artists and normal spiritual weapons can only enhance weapons. So it seems that Xiaotian's holy body has not been announced yet. What kind of power will it have? On the arena, the shield spirit slammed both hands down as soon as it entered the match. The loud sounds resounded again, and smoke rose. Second Elder Zhu Jingzhe exclaimed, "It's not simple, even the shield spirit has been summoned." Beside him was his disciple Kong Hen. Kong Hen secretly thought, "Shield spirit is at the 2nd rank, so if I have to deal with this terrifying thing, I also need some time." Junior brother too is in a tough battle. On the arena, the contestants continued to fight fiercely. At this moment, there was a man who kept using moving spells on the arena, sweating profusely and thinking to himself, "Damn, this is really unlucky." This person was the disciple of the 2nd elder, Zhu Jingzhi. Why do I have to encounter these 2? One is Kong Yin Shui, the disciple of the eldest elder, and the other is Lu Su, also a disciple of the eldest elder. Zhu Jingzhi thought to himself. He used the dragon footwork, trying to escape from the pursuit of the other 2 and thinking, "I have to find a way to escape from their grasp, and then take the opportunity to eliminate one of them." Suddenly, Zhu Jingzhi noticed something in front of him and thought, "What is this? Why is there another Lu Su?" At that moment, Zhu Jingzhi was trapped by the 2 opponents. Suddenly, several magical papers surrounded his position, and he thought to himself, it's over. Just as he finished thinking, Lu Su approached, throwing a punch towards him. A powerful punch hit Zhu Jingji's face, sending his body flying out like an arrow, looking extremely miserable. Seeing his opponent being knocked out of the arena, Lu Su sneered, truly foolish. Then, he smirked, baring his teeth in a malicious manner. Finally, Lu Su explained, my puppet combined with translation techniques only, why is it so hard to understand? On this side, the judge raised the flag and announced, Zhu Jingji eliminated. Watching from the observation stand, second elder Zhu Jingzhe felt embarrassed. Zhao Xiao Tian, observing the martial arts competition below, exclaimed, so using martial arts techniques like that? I only know how to throw punches. Zhu Yuanning reminded Xiao Tian, this person is very ruthless. After watching the first match, Bai Ling Er and Zhu Yuanning shared knowledge with Zhao Xiao Tian. Zhu Yuanning probably said things he shouldn't have, ending up looking awkward. 3 days off passed quickly, and it was time for the second match. The MC appeared happy and excited. Today everyone's enthusiasm is particularly high. Before the match, let's interview any junior disciple. This junior sister seems very calm, not a bit tense, looks very confident in the match, right? Zhao Xiao Tian was furious but couldn't do anything, only thinking to himself, you're getting on my nerves. Zhao Xiao Tian scratched his head and ears because senior brother said there was no pressure, just normal disciples of the sect master. Senior brother and senior sister were much more powerful. MC sweated when he heard, aren't his senior brother and senior sister the other two? Then he laughed happily, ha ha ha, junior sister is really funny, let's not say much and start the second match. Good luck to you all. In the second round of the competition, the disciples noticed Zhao Xiao Tian, all of them surprised. They immediately talked to each other, it's really her, and the group of disciples began to observe Zhao Xiao Tian seriously. Suddenly, they spoke out loud, hey Zhao Hai Tang. Right? Don't think that being a disciple of the sect master can make you number one. No matter how high your spiritual energy is, how beautiful you are, it won't affect Lu Lian's status in our hearts, we won't go easy on you. Zhao Xiao Tian was surprised to hear this, what are you doing? The bluffing guy laughed menacingly, scared yet, huh? Don't be tense, senior brother will love you all soon. After that, he ordered his teammates to attack together, the crowd immediately shouted, clear. Suddenly, a loud boom sounded, making the other guy's eyes widen in surprise. A heavy object flew out and crashed into the stands, making everyone look bewildered, with some sitting on the ground in fear, what's going on? Just now it was, the stands had now been carved out into a deep hole, with rocks and dirt falling down, fortunately without any harm to people. The disciple who was hit earlier was now lying unconscious, foaming at the mouth. Zhao Xiao Tian raised his chin high on the platform and said, I remember senior brother once said, when encountering you guys, there's no need to hold back. The remaining soul weapon on Xiao Tian's body at this time was at 94.98%, the memory of an unnamed disciple, I am a normal disciple outside the sect, originally just passing by the selection competition. But unexpectedly, I succeeded, and when checking the soul energy, I scored 100 points. Now, on the battlefield, a crazy fan of Lu Lian was tearing his clothes and shouting, Junior Sister Zhao, do you look down on us? After speaking, he clenched to reveal the tattoo on his chest of the 2 billion sister Ho Lian. Then, he realized that no one dared to rush up, so he turned to look at his two accomplices and said, what are you looking at? Come on. He then threw a punch, a martial arts technique, and thought, this martial arts move will be based on the increase in the number of attacks. Under martial mastery, you are not an opponent, you will definitely lose. After speaking, he launched 3 or 4 moves towards Xiao Xiao Tian. However, Zhao Xiao Tian did not dodge, only heard the sound of crashing, making the crowd of Xiao Wan on the stands amazed. Oh, he blocked it again. On the martial arts stage. Zhao Xiao Tian easily blocked the attack, then slapped the other guy sideways and thought, this is a full-force attack of a martial master. Looking at his own hand, Zhao Xiao Tian thought to himself, the 8 extremities fist that senior sister taught really works. A crazy fan of Lu Lian, although being punched into a daze, still stood firm and said, no, it's not over yet. Do you think the 2 guys are holding a divine weapon in their hands just for decoration? But the scene in front of him made him scared out of his wits. Every day, Zhao Xiao Tian relentlessly beat the other 2, even idols have a bit of common sense. Do you understand? After filling their stomachs with food next to Zhao Xiao Tian, the 2 of them shakily said to him, Tian brother, let's go ahead. I found that changing a belief is quite good. Let's go. After saying that, they jumped down to the arena. The other person immediately shouted, hey traitor, come back here. Can't you see that I'm injured too? The whole Lu sect will not forgive you. This statement made Jiang Lian Shi have to glance at his 2 disciples. On the martial arts arena, Zhao Xiao Tian asked the confused fan, have you had enough trouble? Are you going down by yourself or do I need to intervene? Hearing this, the fan burst into tears, loudly saying, I will not surrender. Come at me. The people on the arena were shocked, not believing their eyes anymore. Zhu Yuanning thought to himself, wow, this junior brother is really ruthless. On the arena, Zhao Xiao Tian punched the person, causing the arena to crack, creating 2 deep chasms. The audience was surprised as a disciple from outside the sect picked up a sword and rushed to the arena, asking what had happened. Despite using all his strength to resist on the arena. Remembering the scene earlier, Zhao Xiao Tian wondered where the others had gone. Then the judge on this side raised the flag to signal the end of the match. Team B has determined the winner, who will advance to the final of the selection contest to enter the secret realm, while other teams will continue to compete. After hearing this, Zhao Xiao Tian still looked naive, staring at his hands. We won. It seems like they didn't fight as second senior brother said, the disciple from outside sect thought to himself. Shouldn't this kind of monster be directly selected for the final? Who was unethical enough to bring her into this selection contest? Zhao Xiao Tian thought as he jumped over a crack. Maybe it's the merit that senior brother and senior sister taught me a few days ago. On the way out of the stands, Zhao Xiao Tian was made dizzy by the noise. Suddenly Xiao Wen led a group of people over and asked Zhao Xiao Tian, are you Zhao Hai Tang junior sister? Zhao Xiao Tian wondered, here they come again, who is it this time? Xiao Wen smiled and winked at Zhao Xiao Tian. Just now I saw the demeanor of junior sister on the field, truly admirable. I wonder if junior sister is free. Senior brother wants to discuss a bit about the essence of martial arts and the beauty of life. Suddenly Zhu Yuanning stepped forward, grumbling. Xiao Wen, junior sister wants to study and discuss martial arts, not to argue with you. Why do you need to get involved? Step aside, she said before waving her hand and then saying to Zhao Xiao Tian, junior sister, let's go. After Zhu Yuanning led Zhao Xiao Tian away, a stream of blood flowed down from Xiao Wen's neck. A bystander exclaimed, big brother, you're bleeding, what did Zhu Yuanning do to you? Elsewhere, Zhao Xiao Tian asked Zhu Yuanning, senior brother, who was that just now? Zhu Yuanning explained, junior brother, you don't know. Xiao Wen is my enemy, and also a fan of the Holu sect. Back then, he pretended to be the disciple of the sect leader and seduced girls everywhere. He even tried to do something despicable to our senior sister, but luckily I appeared in time to stop this tragedy and save a young girl's broken heart. It was Zhu Yuanning who disguised himself as Bai Ling heir, scaring Xiao Wen and making him realize that he couldn't compare to senior brother. So, Xiao Wen switched his attention to pursuing Lu Lian, but he was caught red-handed by the 2 sisters, causing a deep hatred towards him, truly a despicable man. But he said this is called mercy, until the incident with the senior elder is resolved. After hearing this, Zhao Xiao Tian exclaimed, I never expected that there would be a call from the soul in the body of senior brother. Zhu Yuanning lowered his head and continued, now, 8 parts of liking for junior brother. These words scared Zhao Xiao Tian. What, junior is a boy? Zhu Yuanning then realized, that's right, junior brother is a boy, if Xiao Wen knows it's not. Then Zhu Yuanning suddenly put his arm around Zhao Xiao Tian and said, hi, don't worry, senior brother will think of a way for you, guarantee you will escape from his claws, not let him be miserable anymore. Zhao Xiao Tian suddenly felt a chill down his spine. Why do I have such a bad premonition? Meanwhile, Gu Qing'er was wandering around looking for Zhao Xiao Tian. Senior brother and senior sister didn't tell me anything, I have to find him myself. Where is Zhao Xiao Tian? She said, and then casually flipped a big rock to take a look. Suddenly Gu Qing'er discovered something, her eyes widened in surprise. It's Kong Hen's senior brother, is he still so strict like that? Then she sighed in disappointment, forget it, seeing him so serious, I won't bother him anymore. Zhao Xiao Tian watched Gu Qing'er's figure leaving, and was startled. Little girl Qing'er came by again, luckily I was able to hide quickly. Suddenly, Kong Hen looked towards the corner of the tree, where Zhao Xiao Tian was hiding. Embarrassed, Zhao Xiao Tian spoke up, big brother, want to learn some gym techniques? Kong Hen simply replied, no need, and continued to wield his sword skillfully. Zhao Xiao Tian thought to herself, he is so cold, maybe Qing'er has left. A few days later, Zhao Xiao Tian saw Kong Hen practicing under the dormitory. The way he wielded his sword seemed effortless, which made Xiao Tian admire him even more. She thought, when will I have a weapon like that? However, Xiao Tian encountered a new problem, she couldn't gather spiritual energy. Zhao Xiao Tian panicked, what could be the reason for this? A few days later, the elders sat together and discussed, time really flies, it's already time for the final selection. Indeed, one elder spoke up, even the ordinary ones didn't see the elder exits, so why are they here early, saying they are training some disciples. Inside the barrier, a continuous sound of snip snip could be heard. The Grand Elder Xiao Tonghai announced, all right, the paired tournament participants have been chosen, go and inform the disciples. Elder Zhang Lian she stood up and said, no need to announce, they have been waiting downstairs, as he opened the curtain. The talented individuals gathered on the field, when suddenly a disciple noticed something and exclaimed, the elders have come out. The 3 elders stood at the front on the platform, with the Grand Elder loudly announcing, the tournament bracket has been determined. The 16 successful defenders of the arena will compete with the 4 disciples in the final match to claim the last spot and enter the secret realm, there's no time to waste. With a wave of his hand, a spiritual weapon emerged, causing the disciples to gasp in amazement. Next, a thick smoke covered the entire arena, leaving only one person standing bewildered on the stage. The disciples exclaimed, it's the illusion teleportation technique, being able to move multiple people in an instant. Look, the 4 disciples in the final match are here, they have finally taken the stage, whoever fights them is in trouble. The forms of the 4 individuals appeared on the arena, including Qing'er and Kong Hen along with 2 unfamiliar faces in the stands, causing the disciples to buzz with excitement. Is little Loli also very strong? She is the weakest in there, but she is also a genius, don't you know? Suddenly, a furious disciple said to Gu Qing'er, today I will definitely defeat you. But Gu Qing'er ignored him, only focused on looking around, don't see Xiao Tian, is he eliminated? At this moment, one disciple was facing a girl with pink hair, while another had to fight the remaining person among the 4. He thought to himself, I have to make the first move to be sure, while the other one expressed disgust, saying, the fight is pointless. The crowd on the arena suddenly shouted, it has started, as they saw 2 figures rushing towards each other. Then disappearing, Zhao Xiao Tian wondered, I wonder who my opponent is. Just then, a sword swept across, Zhao Xiao Tian bent down to dodge, then exclaimed, it's you? The Ho Lu sect was also surprised, what, Zhao Junior's sister is fighting Kong Hen? Isn't the outcome already obvious? Poor junior sister. They quickly placed their bets, I bet on Kong Hen, I also bet on Kong Hen, add me in quickly." A disciple exclaimed, "Why is the reputation of that Kong Hen so high?" The other person asked, "You just arrived this year, right? How come you don't know anything about Kong Hen, the disciple of the second elder, a foolish but extremely powerful person? He went down the mountain to train, destroyed hundreds of bandits of the Dragon Kingdom, and lived in the sect for 10 years without any enemies." Zhao Junior's sister, upon meeting him, stopped in her tracks. Kong Hen said to Zhao Shao Tian, "I do not bully girls," then slammed his sword to the ground with a loud sound, startling Zhao Shao Tian. Kong Hen continued, "I can let you have 3 moves, after which I won't hold back." Zhao Shao Tian asked in surprise, "Are you sure?" Then the two stood in silence for a moment, staring at each other. On the observation tower, the second elder, Zhu Jingzhe, let out a sigh, then said to the other 2 elders, "Kong Hen is a playful child, unable to find a worthy opponent for so many years, making us worried." The other elder thought, "These words are too harsh to hear," while the third elder, Zhang Lianxi, silently pondered, "This stubborn kid doesn't understand life, he doesn't know how to give in to a little girl. It's true that like master like disciple." After that, Zhu Jingzhe said to the second elder, "Tell him to be careful, our spirit stones are not easy to come by." Zhu Jingzhe continued, "It's just spirit stones, won't the journey to the secret realm be easy to earn back? If compared to this, I hope he can lose once." Suddenly, the elder reminded, "Look, it's starting." By now, Kong Hen had been pushed back, sliding quite far on the ground. He appeared puzzled. "What's going on? Just one move and it broke through my body's protective chi. Isn't she only at the cultivation martial master level?" Zhao Shao Tian replied, "Senior brother, be careful, my power is used at 3 levels. Kong Hen, upon hearing this, fell into thought. 3 levels, are you deliberately being mysterious or, never mind, let's see her try a little more. Kong Hen immediately released his divine weapon bodyguard, forming a barrier to resist Zhao Shao Tian's power. However, the divine weapon was knocked out and shattered. Kong Hen also couldn't avoid internal injuries. "The 8 Dao divine weapon bodyguard that master gave me has broken." Then he snorted. At this moment, the solemn sword from a distance was also returned by Zhao, flying straight towards him, very fast. Kong Hen quickly grabbed the handle of the sword and rushed towards Zhao Shao Tian, then swung his arm to strike mercilessly at Zhao Shao Tian. Zhao Shao Tian quickly dodged to the side, avoiding the sword in an instant. There were 3 long cracks on the arena at this point. Kong Hen raised the sword and said to Zhao Shao Tian, "Zhao Junior sister, we have gone through 3 moves, it's time for me to counterattack." Zhao Shao Tian was bewildered, "Didn't we just start fighting?" Kong Hen then turned serious, radiating evil energy continuously. "I didn't expect her to be this strong, I immediately want to battle her." Then he grinned, with his eyes glowing red and looking extremely sinister. Zhao Shao Tian, seeing Kong Hen rushing towards her, became tense. His aura has changed, she thought, just as she saw Kong Hen swinging the sword towards her. Zhao Shao Tian quickly dodged to the side, but Kong Hen then turned to sweep the sword horizontally. Zhao Shao Tian was amazed, saying, "He's fast." The sword chi emitted causing dust and smoke. Zhao Shao Tian began to feel afraid, and at that moment Kong Hen continued to strike downwards from above, making Zhao Shao Tian shiver. Then Zhao Shao Tian slides on the ground for tens of meters, increasing the distance from Kong Hen. Kong Hen, at this moment, looks like a fierce evil spirit. He thrusts his heavy sword into the ground. Zhao Shao Tian stands from afar and thinks, in terms of practical combat experience, the gap between me and him is quite large. Furthermore, this sword has a different shape, unlike ordinary weapons, because the heavy sword in Kong Hen's hand now moves like a python. He coldly shouts, "Keep going," and then rushes towards Zhao Shao Tian with the heavy sword. Zhao Shao Tian thinks to himself, can't let him react in time. He displays the dragon footwork technique and operates the Xiao Yao formula at the same time. A team of 8 supernatural beings appears on his hand, immediately Zhao Xiao Tian punches towards Kong Hen. Kong Hen can't bear it and bleeds. At this point, Kong Hen releases the heavy sword, the sword twists in the air like a python, then stabs straight down. An explosion erupts at Zhao Xiao Tian's position, immediately obscuring the view. The disciples in the stands are surprised and turn to each other, asking, "Hey, can you feel the aura of toxic heat?" Toxic heat, didn't it already get destroyed by the elder? At this moment, on the martial arts arena, a burst of black flames erupted fiercely. This was toxic heat. Seeing this scene, Kong Hen also had to startle in horror. What is this? He thought to himself. Suddenly, the black flames changed direction and attacked straight towards Kong Hen. The figure of Zhao Xiao Tian appeared along with the toxic heat burning on his arm. Facing him was Kong Hen holding firmly onto his sword. On this side, the disciple from outside sect lying on the ground thought to himself, the disciple from inside sect is really strong. The other person who saw this said, "I thought you were weak. How can you still enter the decisive battle?" He then thought again, luck is also a kind of strength. I have received the secret realm list. Suddenly, the barrier behind him cracked. From that crack, a human head popped out. In the next moment, Kong Hen slammed his heavy body straight into the back of the disciple from inside sect, causing him to spit out blood. What is this? Then, both bodies slid on the ground, making the disciple from outside sect feel confused. He turned pale and thought to himself, what just happened? On this side, Zhao Xiao Tian was seriously injured, with wounds all over his body. The torn clothes were scattered all over the ground, with pieces of Kong Hen's precious sword lying everywhere. People who saw it continued to gossip and speculate about what was happening. At this moment, Zhao Xiao Tian stood blankly in the arena, thinking, there's a result now. Third Elder Jiang Lianxi, seeing Zhao Xiao Tian's condition, also widened his eyes and exclaimed, he's seriously injured, it seems Kong Hen won. Second Elder Zhu Jingzhe also secretly thought, that little guy is quite heavy-handed. Meanwhile, on other arenas, the stoic senior brother was still coldly watching his opponent, while Gu Qing'er had also defeated her opponent, and the next three winners had appeared on the martial arts stage. Second Elder Zhu Jingzhe trembled as he read the results. How is this possible? His face became dumbfounded. Kong Hen lost. At this time, his disciples were lying unconscious on top of each other, and the crowd in the stand started clamoring, "Are you fake fighters? Give back the money." Zhao Junior's sister is really hateful. After hearing this, Zhao Xiao Tian was puzzled. What happened to them? Kong Hen isn't that strong. At this moment, his spiritual energy was only 81.2% left. At the same time, Ho Lian appeared startled. How did Zhao Junior's sister defeat Kong Hen? Wasn't that guy recently at the middle stage of martial spirit? Lu Lian at this point was at a loss for words, so she said, maybe she has other tricks up her sleeve, and then they both came up with an idea, we should build a good relationship with her. Zhao Xiao Tian was in a daze when he heard someone calling, Zhao Xiao Tian. He turned around in surprise and greeted, Gu Elder. Gu Yuan laughed, haha, indeed you are a little guy, I didn't expect you to have such a strange hobby. Zhao Xiao Tian quickly covered his 2 milk bottles with his hands and explained, oh, it's not what you think. Let me explain, which left the 3 people from Herb Valley, Chun Fun, Gu Yu, and Bai Lu, puzzled. On the other side, Bu Ziping laughed, haha, patted Zhu Jingzhe on the shoulder, and said, Zhu, your wish has come true, congratulations. Zhu Jingzhe closed his eyes, sighed, and said, yes, I knew that little guy was amazing early on, good thing. Bu Ziping thought to himself, still hard to please. On this side, the MC announced the end of the competition, so the selection competition of the Taoist sect has come to an end. The MC went on to announce, let us congratulate the winners. At the same time, Ho Lian appeared startled. How did Zhao Junior's sister defeat Kong Hen? Wasn't that guy recently at the middle stage of martial spirit? Lu Lian at this point was at a loss for words, so she said, maybe she has other tricks up her sleeve, and then they both came up with an idea: we should build a good relationship with her. Zhao Xiao Tian was in a daze when he heard someone calling, Zhao Xiao Tian. He turned around in surprise and greeted, Gu Elder. Gu Yuan laughed, haha, indeed you are a little guy, I didn't expect you to have such a strange hobby. Zhao Xiao Tian quickly covered his 2 milk bottles with his hands and explained, oh, it's not what you think. Let me explain, which left the 3 people from Herb Valley, Chun Fun, Gu Yu, and Bai Lu, puzzled. On the other side, Bu Ziping laughed, haha, patted Zhu Jingzhe on the shoulder, and said, Zhu, your wish has come true, congratulations. Zhu Jingzhe closed his eyes, sighed, and said, yes, I knew that little guy was amazing early on, good thing. Bu Ziping thought to himself, still hard to please. On this side, the MC announced the end of the competition, so the selection competition of the Taoist sect has come to an end. The MC went on to announce, let us congratulate the winners. Fortunately, entering the secret realm can earn contribution points and can save a little bit of damage, Zhu Yuanning thought as he entered the secret realm. He then remembered Xiao Tian and worried about his situation. Hastily, he flew his sword to Xiao Tian's location, and as soon as he arrived, he saw Bai Ling standing outside the door. Senior sister is here too, Zhu Yuanning quickly asked, Senior sister, how is Xiao Tian? Bai Ling looked sad and replied, not very optimistic, you'll know once you go into the room. Bai Ling raised Xiao Tian's hand and said, the injuries are swollen and bruised in some places, but they weren't treated in time. Zhu Yuanning looked at the expression on his senior sister's face and felt a bit disappointed. Senior sister always cares about the affairs of the junior brother, could it be that senior sister has feelings for Xiao Tian? Suddenly, a faint seal appeared on Xiao Tian's neck, and both of them were startled. What? Xiao Tian was targeted by someone using a lightning talisman, who could it be? Zhu Yuanning clenched his teeth and said, it must be that wretched Xiao Wan, he always likes to use this trick when he's trying to impress a girl. Bai Ling quickly asked, what does he want? Zhu Yuanning speculated, he wants to cause trouble for the junior brother in the secret realm. Suddenly, someone appeared outside. Hearing the noisy sound coming from inside the house, Bai Ling poured out a pill bottle and said, the aura is in chaos again, give him more pills. Zhu Yuanning, seeing this, couldn't help but break out in a cold sweat, thinking to himself, this life-saving spiritual pill must cost at least 1,400 spirit stones, senior sister is really wealthy. Just then, Gu Qing knocked on the door, knock knock, then shouted, Xiao Tian senior brother, are you in there? Let me in. Zhu Yuanning, hearing this, was shocked and thought, oh, is that Qing voice? Oh no, explaining to her would be so troublesome, I'll just go block the door. Acting on his thoughts, Zhu Yuanning chuckled. Hi, junior sister Qing how come you're here already, do you remember senior brother? Gu Qing cursed under her breath, this pig-headed senior brother, always avoiding me, why is he? Then she understood the situation, there must be something fishy going on, she immediately spoke up, is sect master uncle back? Zhu Yuanning bit his lip, looking around, oh, where is the master? Taking advantage of that moment, Gu Qing quickly slipped in, then loudly asked, who is the person lying on the bed? Seeing this scene, Zhu Yuanning was also shocked, then he turned pale, oh no, we've been exposed, what do we do? Zhu Yuanning scratched his head, scratched his ear, and said with a smile, hi, junior sister, actually. Bai Ling interrupted, this is Xiao Tian, which made Zhu Yuanning stunned, almost dropping his jaw to the ground. Why did senior sister say it out loud? Gu Qing became confused and asked, oh. So it's Xiao Tian. Zhu Yuanning was also taken aback, is that all? However, 3 seconds later, Gu Qing finally understood what was going on. She shouted, Zhao Hai Tang is actually Xiao Tian, and then burst into tears, grabbing Xiao Tian's collar and shouting, tell me, what happened, where is he? Zhu Yuanning became alarmed and advised. Junior sister, please calm down. At that moment, Zhao Shao Tian slowly opened his eyes, looked around at everyone, and asked, Qing Er, what about senior brother and senior sister? Zhu Yuanning thought to himself, the pill has taken effect. On the other hand, Gu Qing Er was furious, shouting angrily, answer me, what happened? Zhao Shao Tian thought to himself, oops, it seems like I woke up at the wrong time. Before starting to explain, this story is quite long. After absorbing toxic heat, the spiritual energy in our bodies exceeded the tolerable range, leading to chaotic symptoms and illusions. Zhu Yuanning emphasized, don't think that outsiders have bigger chests, in reality they might be even bigger than us. Zhao Shao Tian agreed. Zhu Yuanning realized what he said and felt very worried. Zhao Shao Tian asked, do you have a problem? Gu Qing Er reassured, it's okay, don't worry, you're still a man. Bai Ling Er also encouraged him. They then discussed Xiao Wen using a spell to pull Shao Tian, thinking that there was a plot and they needed to find a solution. Zhu Yuanning still felt depressed about the issue with Xiao Wen. Gu Qing Er said that they couldn't avoid conflicts, but Xiao Wen's spell was very difficult to break. Gu Qing Er wondered why Xiao Wen didn't bring Xiao Tian to meet her if she wanted to. These words made both Bai Ling Er and Zhao Shao Tian jump in surprise. Zhao Shao Tian laughed, then thought, forgive me, and asked, Qing Er, what do you mean by that idea? Gu Qing Er explained, it's not what you think, senior brother Xiao Tian. Don't you know that when Xiao Wen is around, he will definitely take care of you more, and by then, achievements will be based on the calculations of the sect. You can benefit even more, Bai Ling Er added. Qing Er's words are not wrong, this is also a way. Zhao Shao Tian commented, so it's not entirely unacceptable. Qing Er happily said to Zhao Shao Tian, so you agree, brother. 3 days passed quickly, outside the Xiaoyao sect. An elder reminded a lucky man heading to the monster, Chu Wen, this journey must be careful. These are some divine weapons that we have hidden for many years, bring them with you. Luckily, Chu Wen saw it and said emotionally, fifthly uncle, then tears fell. Chu Wen and the eagle embraced fifthly uncle and cried, uncle, rest assured, we will not disappoint your expectations, sob sob. Fifthly uncle shouted, who told you to reclaim the glory? My point is for you to not die outside. The disciple next to him, looking at the flying birds, exclaimed, fifthly uncle, senior brother Chu and Big Eagle are gone, do you think they can come back? Fifthly uncle sighed, Haze. It's hard to say, let's hope they don't lose an arm like someone from the Yang family. After a while, Chu Wen rode a flying bird, looking at the scenery ahead and exclaimed, in front is the peak of Mount Jianfeng, the entrance to the secret realm, I wonder what we will encounter on this journey. Suddenly, Chu Wen widened his eyes in surprise and shouted, Zhao junior sister. Xiao Wen raised his sword beside him. Praising, after a few days, you look much prettier haha. Zhao Shao Tian blushed and said, senior brother, you praise too much. Chu Wen thought to himself, it's her, and suddenly Lu Lian approached, holding a branch and said, Zhao junior sister, you are indeed very faded, so quickly close to senior brother Xiao Wen. But senior sister still advises, not every man is trustworthy. Suddenly, from within the clouds, a voice agreed, that's right, a few years ago the two junior sisters were hurt by love, leading to their current lack of cultivation progress, everyone knows. This person is Bai Ling Er, she has a mischievous personality. Ho Lian shouted back, whether there is progress or not, senior sister will find out quickly. Lu Lian also chimed in, that's right, we'll find out quickly. Bai Ling Er then shrugged, last year you all said the same thing. Upon hearing this quarrel, Zhu Yuanning was speechless, senior sister still has that mischievous personality. Zhu Yuanning then noticed the milk bottle of Ho Lian, and praised, the two junior sisters have grown a lot since we last met. Gu Qing Er shouted, does senior brother not need his life anymore? Seeing Bai Ling Er pinch her own ear, Zhu Yuanning quickly clarified. I was talking about the spiritual energy of the two junior sisters, it has grown a lot, look if you don't believe me. On the other side, Xiao Wen was releasing the demon Zhao Xiao Tian. I wonder if junior sister wants to come with me later. I will protect you. Just then, the barrier of the secret realm appeared, lying between the rock walls, and then several evil spirits emerged from within. It seemed like the demons noticed someone approaching, and they raised their heads to look at the flying team. The next moment, all three evil spirits grinned menacingly, and then flew straight towards the approaching group. Zhao Xiao Tian said to Xiao Wen, "There is something coming this way." Immediately, three evil spiritual demons started running towards them with bound hands and dancing hands. Xiao Wen reassured Zhao Xiao Tian, "Junior sister, don't be afraid, leave these spiritual demons to senior brother." He widened his eyes, sucked in the air, let out a loud scream, sending out sound waves like a hurricane, blowing away the evil demons. After that, they vanished into thin air without leaving a trace. Zhu Yuanning was surprised by the situation. "I didn't expect the formation to weaken like this, all the spiritual demons have escaped." Zhao Xiao Tian asked, "Senior brother, what are spiritual demons?" Zhu Yuanning explained, "Spiritual demons are a type of evil creature. In the Xiaoyao sect they aggressively devour other beings to survive. It is said that deep inside the secret realm hiding the spiritual mine, those spiritual demons are born from there. These spiritual demons have a spiritual core in their bodies that is worth more than 10 magic cores. If you cannot find pills or skill instruction books in the secret realm, just hunting them down won't be easy." Zhao Xiao Tian continued to ask, "What is a spiritual core?" "This is the mechanism of the star." Gu Qing'er asked, "Xiao Tian, don't listen to senior brother's nonsense, that spiritual demon at least has cultivation martial master, not just anyone can kill it," Zhao Xiao Tian also exclaimed. "Martial master," then he looked at Xiao Wen and thought, "A few days ago I just advanced to martial master." Xiao Wen just shouted once and shook all three of us. "Am I really that weak?" At this time, Xiao Wen's group also arrived, in a mighty formation. As soon as they arrived, they saw the elders waiting at the entrance of the secret realm, all respectfully bowing. Xiao Wen thought to himself, "The elders have arrived, it seems that the three spiritual demons are our challenge." Then he spoke, "Disciple Xiao Wen, pay respects to master." Grand Elder Xiao Tonghai nodded and asked, "Have everyone arrived?" He then advised, "Regarding the secret realm, you all probably know it well, I won't elaborate further, but before we open it, I still have to remind you all, safety is paramount, don't let greed blind you." The third elder added, "In addition, the distribution is still the same as before. Elixirs of the first level contribute 10 points, the second level contribute 100 points, and doubled for each subsequent increase. The spiritual core and spiritual material are the same, however, those with fate will be taken, no one will be left behind." The disciples all said in unison, "Yes, disciples understand." Elder Xiao Tonghai took out a divine weapon, then announced, "The time is near, let's begin our journey." The elders here also created a magic formula, and immediately released spiritual energy. The remaining elders also began to cast spells, releasing all their spiritual energy. Then, the barrier of the secret realm began to absorb the spiritual energy of the elders. Zhao Xiao Tian stood in awe. This is such a vast spiritual energy. Suddenly on the stone pillar strange characters began to appear. "These characters are surely something I can't read." Then the characters gradually moved into the barrier. Elder Xiao Tonghai shouted, "Now is the time." Everyone set out. "Remember, you only have half a month, after half a month this path will close. If you don't escape, you'll have to wait until next year for the secret realm to open again." Bai Ling Er firmly held her sword and said, "Open the entrance, let's go." "Qing Er, be careful, our senior brother will meet us in the secret realm." Xiao Tian did not hesitate, where everyone landed was not important. After listening, Zhao Xiao Tian fell asleep. "Why didn't anyone tell me? It doesn't matter anymore, I'll just take the risk." After thinking, Zhao Xiao Tian began to advance into the barrier. Upon contact with the barrier, Zhao Xiao Tian closed his eyes tightly, gritted his teeth and moved forward. When he opened his eyes, Zhao Shao Tian found himself inside the secret realm, surrounded by a strange space with purple crystalline blocks scattered everywhere. Zhao Shao Tian looked around in astonishment. Where is this? Suddenly, a loud noise came. Zhao Shao Tian turned back in surprise. A cloud of dust rose. He asked in surprise, "What is that?" The dust cloud approached closer and closer. Strange and bizarre creatures appeared before his eyes. Seeing this, Zhao Shao Tian sweated. What is that? Are they spiritual demons? Seeing the fierce pack of spiritual demons charging towards him, Zhao Shao Tian thought to himself, there are too many, I can't avoid them all. The pack of spiritual demons rushed in front of Zhao Shao Tian, looking at each other. On the other side, Lu Su and Xiao Wen had regrouped. Xiao Wen asked Lu Su, "Where is Zhao Junior sister? Didn't you say you had used a spell with her?" "There's no reaction at all," Lu Su replied. "The Northwest is already reacting, it's just." At this point, a cloud of dust and smoke appeared, accompanied by loud noises. On this side, the battle between Zhao Shao Tian and the spiritual demon began. Zhao Shao Tian struck a blow to the spiritual demon's abdomen, immediately tearing it in half and sending it flying backwards. Then, Zhao Shao Tian gently waved his hand, summoning a sword. He slashed another spiritual demon into 2 pieces. However, there were still several spiritual demons surrounding Zhao Shao Tian. He thought to himself, not afraid of death again. It's the perfect time to try out the martial skill I just learned. With a determined look in his eyes, Zhao Shao Tian's sword burst into flames. He proudly announced, "This is the red fire swordmanship." Xiao Wen and Lu Su, who were hiding behind a rock, gasped in astonishment. Before their eyes, Zhao Shao Tian created a sea of fire to attack the group of spiritual demons. After burning a few of them, the rest scattered in fear. Zhao Shao Tian turned to Xiao Wen and Lu Su, asking sternly, "Who's there? Come out, hiding behind the rock, have you seen enough?" Xiao Wen and Lu Su stepped out cautiously. He said to Zhao Shao Tian, "Zhao Junior sister, truly courageous, making Xiao admire you." Zhao Shao Tian thought to herself, it's them, the perfect time to act a little. So she quickly spoke out loud, "Xiao senior brother." Xiao Wen thought to himself, why does Zhao Junior sister seem afraid of me? Then he softly asked, "Zhao Junior sister, I didn't do anything to offend you, why do you look so scared?" Zhao Shao Tian explained, "Second senior brother once said that Xiao Wen is not a good person, instructed me not to be alone with you, to stay away from you a bit." They also said. Xiao Wen snorted and said, "What else did he say?" Zhao Shao Tian blushed, rested her chin on her hand, and said, "He also said that you like to undress in front of others." Xiao Wen cursed angrily, "Damn, fate, this is humiliating for me." Then he quickly reassured, "Junior sister, don't misunderstand, these are all rumors, they are not true, let's not believe them. Meeting each other is fate, we can be friends and work together, what do you think, sister?" Zhao Shao Tian sheepishly said, "Yes, I misunderstood you, senior brother." But at this moment, he thought, I've been fooled. Xiao Wen was excited and said, "Let's go, senior brother, take me to find the treasure." This made Lu Su completely dumbfounded. Shortly after, Xiao Wen led Zhao Shao Tian to search for the treasure. Suddenly, there was a noise ahead. Xiao Wen said, "There is a spiritual weapon reaction in the northwest cave, let's go." Lu Su immediately went to search. He reported, "It's spiritual grass, and there is also mystic bone dust." Xiao Wen said, "It's normal, let's continue searching." At this moment, all 3 of them had reached the southwest corner. This time it was a pill. Xiao Wen happily gave the pill to Zhao Shao Tian and said, "Junior sister, take this pill, it's better than that spiritual grass." Zhao Shao Tian shyly thanked, "Thank you, senior brother." Xiao Wen said, "No need to be polite with senior brother, come this way." After 10 repetitions of this, even Zhao Shao Tian began to be curious about Xiao Wen's tactics. So she asked, "Xiao senior brother, how can you find these spiritual grass materials? Xiaowen cheerfully replied, ha ha ha, do you want to know, junior sister? He said, then raised the ring in his hand and proudly announced, this is the divine weapon, needle finger ring, it can detect spiritual items in the secret realm. It's just a pity that our true power is limited, and we can't fully unleash its effects, but using it to deal with the secret realm journey is also within our reach. Zhao Shao Tian widened his eyes in surprise for a few moments. Suddenly, Xiaowen reached out and said, junior sister also wants to try, huh? This statement surprised Zhao Shao Tian greatly. At this moment, a spiritual energy net had been woven, and Xiaowen also showed surprise and praise, impressive, can you explore to such a far extent? Junior sister, you are truly talented. I have decided, I will entrust this spiritual item to junior sister to carry along the way, Zhao Shao Tian suddenly asked, senior brother. Aren't you worried that I have ulterior motives? But Xiaowen just laughed, junior sister is joking, I believe you won't do anything foolish like that, right, junior sister? Then he thought, you and I are companions, what is yours is mine, and you can't escape. Suddenly, a distant noise was heard, and a cloud of dust rose with it. Zhao Shao Tian asked in confusion, what is that? Xiaowen observed for a moment, then explained, it seems there are large savage spirit beasts causing a commotion. These savage spirit beasts exist to protect their spiritual items. Normally, spiritual items will not stray too far from their creature unless something is threatening their survival. Go, let's get closer and see what's going on, explain a little about red fire swordsmanship, a martial skill of the 3rd level difficulty D. Its essence is to gather the fire attribute on the sword's blade, capable of wiping out nearby enemies. It is said that there are a total of 9 levels in the world, with the ultimate level being the 9th level. On this side, Xiaowen led the team, advancing towards the demon beasts ahead. Lu Su put his hand into his chest, not knowing what to do. Zhao Shao Tian glanced over and fell into silence. Then, Xiaowen suddenly stopped, standing on a rock to observe, and then he assessed the situation. Indeed, that is a spiritual beast. The situation doesn't look very optimistic because the spiritual beast below looks extremely strange, with long fur and wearing a mask. Suddenly, a halo moved around the body of the spiritual beast. Xiaowen was a bit surprised. What is that? Before he could even think, he heard someone shouting, Xiao family, come and help quickly, if you can't kill it, you won't be able to escape. Zhao Shao Tian silently thought, that must be Lu Yan, senior sister. Xiaowen is still standing with folded arms, senior sisters, you can help, but you must hand over the items on your hands to me for safekeeping. Ho Lian clenched his fists in anger and cursed, this wretched guy, how dare he still. He then threw the item in his hand towards Xiaowen and yelled, take it. Xiaowen quickly caught the item and opened it to see a scroll with pictures, no wonder it was said to be selling spirit beasts. He then said to Lu Su beside him, we will do the same later, just like that. Lu Su and Zhao Shao Tian rushed forward together, surprising Xiaowen, and asked, should we go up together? The sisters Lu Lian rode their wolves and ran away, while Xiaowen, Zhao Shao Tian, and Lu Su took their positions. Lu Su took out 2 talismans and began to launch an attack. However, the spirit beast didn't flinch at all. Suddenly, a hand of the spirit beast appeared in front of Lu Su and threw him against the rock with a loud thud. Another spirit beast appeared in front of Lu Su and Zhao Shao Tian looked worried. Xiao senior brother, Lu Su senior brother is. Xiaowen reassured them, don't worry, he won't die. After that, he said to Zhao Shao Tian, its vigilance is very high, it may have detected us. Junior sister, wait here, senior brother will go and come back. He then took off his cloak and began flexing his muscles. Xiaowen then displayed the 100 Beasts martial arts, transforming into a large lion. He then sat down to gather momentum and leaped towards the spirit beasts. On the other side Lu Lian was panicking and telling Ho Lian, sister, it's catching up with us. Lu Lian gritted her teeth and made a decision, damn it, we have to use this move. Suddenly Xiao Wen, in lion form, appeared on the backs of the wolf carrying the two sisters Lu Lian and Ho Lian, causing them to startle. Xiao Wen smiled and said, "Junior sisters, rely on my strength." Then he stomped hard and kicked straight through the spirit beasts. This caused the wolf carrying the two sisters to crash to the ground, and all three rolled a few times. Ho Lian angrily exclaimed, "You fool," while Lu Lian held her head and groaned in pain. At this moment, Xiao Wen rushed forward and punched the spirit beast in the mouth, suddenly noticing something strange and slowing down his action. He looked into the mouth of the selling spirit beasts. Something appeared. "What's that?" Then a red light shot out from the mouth of the selling spirit beasts. Xiao Wen was startled as he watched the dark shadow flash in front of his eyes, then looked towards the shadow shooting out. Xiao Wen told everyone, "Quick, chase after that shadow." This statement surprised the two sisters of the Holu sect. At this moment, Zhao Xiao Tian swiftly approached and said, "Let me handle this." Lu Lian asked, "Xiao family, what is that?" Xiao Wen bluntly replied, "It's demon beasts." This statement shocked the two sisters of the Holu sect. What? Demon beasts in the secret realm? How could there be demon beasts? Xiao Wen, feeling dejected, said, "How would I know?" Ho Lian widened her eyes and asked, "Why would there be demon beasts in the secret realm?" Xiao Wen shouted, "How would I know?" Cut to the scene outside the secret realm, where the elders were discussing outside. Haze. I remember that year when we entered the secret realm with 60 people, many talented disciples were injured inside. "It really makes one feel pity," said Elder Chiu Yuan Ping from inside sect. Standing beside him was the master peak of Xiao Dao, Long Qian Chiu, who said, "Chiu junior brother, fate is predetermined, so why be emotional?" Chiu Yuan Ping replied. "The disciples of Long senior brother are outstanding, so there is no need to worry, but my junior brother does not have such a good fate," Long Qian Chiu responded. "Do not worry about junior brother mocking, those disciples of mine are not brave at all, this time maybe we rely on Xiao Wen's loyalty," Chiu Yuan Ping thought to himself. "Could it be that senior brother will bring home the golden bell?" Long Qian Chiu stroked his beard in thought and then said, "Perhaps the harvest of this secret realm will put him in the top 3, Elder Chiu confirmed, "Indeed," then laughed out loud. Haha, Xiao Wen's innate talent, following the guidance of the great elder, with senior brother and the great elder personally pointing the way, not only entering the top 3, but standing at the top is natural. At this moment, Gu Yuan stood behind them, suddenly speaking up to refute, "I don't think so." The two elders turned back to look at him and said in unison, "Gu junior brother." Gu Yuan explained, "I mean Long senior brother, the disciples in the secret realm have not yet come out. For you to say a loyalty can be at the top, this is almost like bragging." Long Qian Chiu exclaimed and then asked, "According to junior brother's words, who will be at the top? Disciples of the grand elder or disciples of the second elder?" Gu elder heard this and turned to another place, saying, "It doesn't matter to me, anyone can be." Then he remembered Zhao Xiao Tian and said, "But if I were to say, perhaps he is a disciple of the sect master." Upon hearing the disciple of the sect master, images of Bai Ling Er and Zhu Yuanning appeared in the minds of the two other elders. Long Qian Chiu laughed loudly, "Haha, in my opinion, the junior brother is just talking nonsense. In the secret realm, it's not just about strength, it's also important to consider luck. Are you willing to bet, junior brother? I bet that the disciple of the grand elder Xiao Wen will take the top spot in the secret realm this time. And you will send the disciple of the sect master." Gu Yuan waved his hand in agreement, "Okay, let's bet." Immediately, Chiu Yuan Ping became anxious and said, "This is." Gu Yuan quickly announced, "Snow Mountain Spirit Crystal." Long Qian Chiu had to exclaim, "Gu Yuan, you really dare to take out your capital, using the Snow Mountain Spirit Crystal as a bet?" Gu Yuan then hesitantly said, "I heard there is a spiritual puppet." This statement surprised Long Qian Chiu a bit, and Chiu Yuan Ping turned to look. Long Qian Chiu took out a token, "This is the spiritual puppet." Xiao Yuan Ping looked back and forth, spiritual puppet, Snow Mountain spirit crystal. Do you need such a big bet? Two elders said to each other. Establish the bet, the third elder Jiang Lian she exclaimed when he saw it, I didn't expect our senior brothers to have this treasure. Then their eyes lit up with desire, next time, call them over, the treasure belongs to the old lady. At this moment, the grand elder Xiao Tonghai noticed something was wrong, he looked surprised, that is. The scene shifted to the entrance of the abandoned place in the secret realm of Yang Jianfeng, where a group of people had gathered. Suddenly, a girl with two huge milk jugs happily said to everyone, the entrance has been opened. Among the group, a blindfolded man with scars on his face ordered everyone. Start. After hearing this, the group began emitting a purple aura. They then took turns pulling each other into the secret realm, and quickly the whole group successfully infiltrated the secret realm. They looked at each other with determination, then all turned into beams of light and flew off in the secret realm. Meanwhile, two disciples from Herb Valley were approaching a rock wall, and suddenly Gu Yu's eyes shone a strange green. Bai Lu asked, "What's wrong, junior brother?" Gu Yu replied, "Nothing, it's just my first time entering the secret realm. I'm a little excited so I just want to laugh." At the same time Bai Ling Er gathered with Zhu Yuannang, on the other side Xiao Wen also had gathered with teammates, but unaware of the impending danger, Xiao Wen looked around and muttered to Lu Su, "Junior sister, where are you?" Meanwhile, Zhao Tian was still being chased by demon beasts. He yelled, "Don't run," and then thought, surprisingly this demon beast is parasitic in nature. The old wound still hasn't healed, let's try absorbing some magic core. Immediately he struck the demon beast with a blow. Suddenly, the rock wall in front of Zhao Tian cracked open, revealing a cave entrance. Zhao Tian was puzzled. What is this? A moment later, the demon beast had a mutation, light suddenly emanated from its mouth, then its body exploded into pieces, and a few rocks fell into the cave entrance. Zhao Tian looked dumbfounded at the ring emitting a green light in his hand. He thought to himself, the golden bell has a reaction, and looked towards the cave where the spiritual weapon was sensing something faintly. He carefully observed the surroundings, it seems like someone has already excavated here recently. There will be no treasure, but... Listening to the eerie sound of wind coming from inside, extremely frightening, Zhao Tian regained his determination, since I'm already here, might as well take a look inside. A few minutes later, Zhao Tian entered the secret chamber, carefully observing his surroundings, exclaiming, "Damp, green moss everywhere, there is really no treasure here." Suddenly, Zhao Tian discovered a stone door, with several swords stuck in it, clearly someone had tried to open it. He thought, what is this, and then carefully looked around, are those indentations on the door for keys? Then, in wonder he said, there are words appearing. Why do these words look so familiar? When the writing disappeared, he sighed, wait, isn't it, could it be? Pressing his finger on where the writing had appeared, the door made creaking sounds, slowly opening. Zhao Tian said, "The door is open, turns out I've met a fellow countryman again." As he entered through the door, he loudly said, "Anyone here?" Stepping into a stone chamber, seeing several stone statues placed inside, their expressions not very friendly. These stone statues are too sinister. Perhaps it has been here for a long time, Zhao Tian thought. Let's use the golden bell to explore behind the door and see what's there. But suddenly, the stone statue behind them started to glow. The statue suddenly stood up, knocking down two pillars and aggressively pushing towards Zhao Tian's back. He jumped back just in time, avoiding the attack. A green sphere began to move, the eyes of the statue glowing as if it was alive. Zhao Tian wondered, why didn't I hear any loud noises? He quickly threw a series of ice balls at the statues, then jumped back and started attacking with fire. A sudden explosion echoed, making Zhao Tian think, the stillness in the stone can explode. Be careful to avoid cold in the fall. A stone door continued to open, leaving Zhao Tian astonished. The middle door has opened. Inside was a battlefield, along with a terrifying purple flame. He used toxic heat on his hands and wondered, firefight this time. Surprisingly, toxic heat created a strange phenomenon, leaving him puzzled, what is happening? Immediately, toxic heat surged straight into the purple fire in the battle. Meanwhile, toxic heat reacted with a devour towards the purple fire. Zhao Shao Tian was puzzled, wondering, has toxic heat escaped control? Has it regained consciousness? The purple fire seemed to shrink back, turning into a small flame. Zhao Shao Tian felt uneasy and worried, devour is too much, then shouted, toxic heat, come back here. Toxic heat opened its mouth, rushed towards Zhao Shao Tian, and created a sphere to absorb the purple fire. Then, it continued to absorb the remaining flames, creating a magnificent scene. Meanwhile, Zhao Shao Tian was trying to regain control over toxic heat. Black flames started to rise from his body, the fierce flames suddenly turned scared. Zhao Shao Tian glared at it, then asked coldly, still not enough? Want more, then come here. The previous flames from toxic heat and the purple fire became fearful. He began to question, still don't remember anything, huh? The flames flickered and crackled, the fire now becoming subdued. At this moment, the sound of crackle, crackle, crackle made Zhao Shao Tian exclaim, the door is open. He then said to the fire, follow me, do not cause chaos. The fire immediately obediently listened, perhaps wanting to say something but unable to, only trembling in fear. The fire then obediently flew after Zhao Shao Tian through the stone door. Zhao Shao Tian entered another stone chamber, facing a pill cabinet. He exclaimed, these pills are different from what senior brother had mentioned. He then casually popped a few pills into his mouth. After a while, he was sitting cross-legged, while the fire danced erratically. Zhao Shao Tian thought to himself, indeed, when the body undergoes a fantastical transformation and cannot absorb spiritual energy, not even the recovery of supernatural abilities can be used. I must bring these with me beforehand. The fire also began devouring the pills. In another stone chamber, Zhao Shao Tian held a sword bound by chains. He tried to lift it with all his might, and the sword slowly started to rise from the ground. Another door opened. Stuttering out loud noises, Zhao Shao Tian gasped and looked over to the next room. The flames were also wide-eyed and staring. He approached closer, sweating profusely. Then it turned out to be a set of armor. Right at that moment, the armor generated a suction force, sucking in many things inside it. Afterwards, the armor silently and instantly advanced to envelop Zhao Shao Tian's body, hiding within his body. Not only that, it also sucked in the pills in his pockets. Shao Tian exclaimed in amazement, oh! There's even a functional space, how convenient. After that, Zhao Shao Tian looked at the pills in his hands and pondered for a moment, then left behind 2 pills and said, leave a few pills for someone with destiny. Who knows, they might come in handy later. Cut to another scene, passing through another door. It was a corridor. Zhao Shao Tian stood there foolishly staring. It was a forge. He never expected this senior to be fond of forging swords like this. Suddenly, Zhao Shao Tian heard something. What's that sound? Then there was the sound of rocks and dirt flying, dust rising. Zhao Shao Tian quickly jumped off to sit in front of a sword, then said, young Master Hua, was that sound coming from you? Let me see what skills you possess. After speaking, Zhao Shao Tian held his sword and felt his spiritual energy being sucked in. A stranger was fighting a dragon, causing Zhao Shao Tian to panic. What is this? Zhao Shao Tian's spiritual energy was being sucked in faster and faster, making him start to feel pain. He gripped his sword tightly and thought, I can't let it succeed. He then held up the sword with both hands and declared, if you want to suck my spiritual energy, prove that you deserve it. He tried to restrain his spiritual energy. The amount of Zhao Shao Tian's spiritual energy being sucked in gradually decreased, from 57.6% to 43.1%, finally leaving only 27.3%. Suddenly, the sword shone brightly, causing Zhao Xiao Tian to recoil and be pushed back, falling face down to the ground. After struggling to resist, he saw the sword emitting a dim light, as if challenging him, making him become angry. Zhao Xiao Tian was extremely angry and lost control. Furious, he rushed forward to scold, "You have harvested so much of my spiritual energy and blood essence with your filthy sword, and now you say you don't need it anymore. It's not your turn now," he said, lifting his broken sword, causing him pain. Suddenly, Zhao Xiao Tian seemed shaken, his whole body trembling, an explosion occurred, and dust rose up. Trembling, Zhao Xiao Tian said, "I've heard your intentions," and then he gently swung his sword around, before gently striking down, releasing a huge amount of spiritual energy, instantly creating a deep mark on the stone floor, leaving nothing behind. Zhao Xiao Tian looked in awe, "Just a gentle wave has such power, it is a good sword. Only regretful that it is broken," he said before sheathing the broken sword. At that moment, Zhao Xiao Tian noticed a light at the end of the tunnel. He wondered to himself, "Is that the way out?" But he didn't trust the so-called light at the end of the tunnel, as it could be a train headlight. Transitioning scenes, in the deep forest secret realm, Zhu Yuanneng was madly killing demon beasts, thinking to himself, "I feel something very strange. In the secret realm, why are there demon beasts?" Suddenly, footsteps could be heard approaching from behind, and Zhu Yuanneng thought to himself, "Someone is coming." Then suddenly, a voice could be heard saying, "Sir, the demon beasts in this area have all been killed. Why haven't they found the disciple nearby?" "Exactly, not finding them to kill, aren't they too arrogant? Dealing with that disciple is the task of another team, not to cause any more trouble." Then, the scar-faced man said in a low voice, "But if anyone interrupts our mission, I will not hesitate to deal with them," and with a flick of his finger, a stream of spiritual energy shot out towards the rock where Zhu Yuanneng was hiding. Immediately shattering the rock, the masked men moved forward to check, did he escape? At this moment, Bai Ling Er was also hiding from a distance, observing. She used her ability to monitor the situation. Zhu Yuanneng sighed, "Senior sister, did you see that? A group of martial spirits, 2 martial generals, luckily I evaded in time." Bai Ling Er then said, "They are not from Xiaoyao sect, follow me to see what they are up to." The scene shifts to a place somewhere in the bamboo forest, hurried footsteps can be heard. Gu Qing was being chased by someone, and she ran away quickly. Then she turned around and shouted, "What are you doing? Elders said not to lay hands on fellow disciples, want to violate the rules." The girl with a tan skin spoke up, "Junior sister, look closely, we are not from Xiaoyao sect," and then she struck a blow to block Gu Qing's escape route. Gu Qing hurriedly stopped and asked, "What is this?" At that moment, the other girl lunged forward with a fierce expression and yelled, "Chase her, you'll die." Dear readers, today's episode ends here. If you want to see the next episode, please leave a comment. When the new episode airs, I will reply to each of your comments to inform you that there is a new episode, and don't forget to give me a like, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell to not miss the next episodes.